Hey there and welcome again to Storytime. This week we are going to talk about my school time, because someone wanted to know about this and I think more people wanted to know about this, so why not do a little commentary about it, or this episode about it. So I will probably have to explain the German system a little bit before we get started, because I think it's different than other countries. So, after kindergarten, you are 6 years old, you'll go into elementary school, you will stay there for 4 more years, and when you reach the age of 10, in case you don't, have to do a class again, that can happen. So once you reach the age of 10, you have to decide between 3 schools. Oh, basically it is decided for you. They will make little tests and something like that, and they will decide what school you can go to, because it's depending on your intellect, on your intelligence basically, and on your grades of course, because everyone is always relying on your grades. I hate that. So yeah, there are the 3 kinds of schools. There is the main school, the real school, and the gymnasium. I just translated them. They have probably some kind of different name, or they would have, but I don't think these kinds of schools are in other countries. So yeah, we have these 3 kinds of schools. The main school is for, the average bloke out there. It's just for everyone basically. You have to go to that school for 5 years. You will be 15 to 16 once you finish, and it's pretty hard to get a job if you just went to the main school, because the graduation there isn't very good and the education is just pretty bad. So the next one is the real school. That sounds so wrong, but yeah. So in this school the education is a little bit better, the graduation is a little bit better, and you can actually go to the gymnasium if you are good enough after the 6 years you had to go there. So if you were good enough, you can go to the gymnasium. And if you go to the gymnasium, you have to stay there for 9 years. So if you are 10, you have to stay there for 9 years. So it just takes forever to get through that damn school. And yeah, that's where I went to the gymnasium. There is another kind of school in Germany. I have absolutely no clue how to translate that into English, but it's some kind of a private school for, very intelligent young kids and stuff like that. I was actually supposed to go there. When I was tested, they said, okay, he's too good for these 3 standard schools, we'll send him there. But my parents said, no, he will become an arrogant jerk if he goes to that school, and we don't want to pay more money for school, so he will just go to the gymnasium. And yeah, that's kind of bad. I don't want to say that I was very intelligent, but I was just very good in school. I had a good memory and stuff like that, so school was very easy for me. And yeah, but I went to the gymnasium. So if you have finished those 9 years in the gymnasium, you will actually have the Abitur. So that's something like a high school diploma for, all my US subscribers. And yeah, you can go to the university with that thing, and you can't do that with the other graduations you get there. You can just do that with the Abitur. Only with that you can go to university or college. It's maybe the same. So yeah, I actually got that. So okay, my school time, oh my god, it was ridiculous. So there was nothing that special happening in kindergarten or elementary school. I don't think there happened so important things that you could talk about. Yeah, it started to get, kind of weird when I went to the gymnasium. I had, very difficult times there. It was just I had very bad classmates, and they were always making fun of me because I was very small when I was a kid. I was, I don't know, maybe 1 head smaller than all the other kids, and it was just ridiculous. I actually grew later when I hit puberty, and I was average size then, but yeah, until then I was such a small kid and they were picking on me, I was bullied and stuff like that. It just wasn't very nice. That just changed when I went to the, what was it, 7th class? I don't know, yeah, when I was 3 years into gymnasium. That changed. There was a little incident that happened. I can't talk about this, it's just not appropriate. But there was a little incident, and after that I gained so freaking much respect at that school that no one ever bullied me again. It was ridiculous. But most of them were, I think, even afraid of me. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so I wasn't at school, and I hit puberty pretty soon. I think I talked about this in another commentary. And yeah, so I had my first girlfriend when I was very young, maybe 12 or 13. It was ridiculous. And I had my first time around that, you know, time. And I actually had my first time in school, so yeah, we were in this art preparation room, and you know, we had sex education before, and we just wanted to try the things out we heard about. It's ridiculous, so we tried it, and it wasn't the best sex in the world, but hey, it was sex, doesn't matter, had sex, yeah. It's yeah. So yeah, I went to a lot of girlfriends in that time. It was ridiculous, and I had a lot of sex for some reason. I don't know. I was getting lucky pretty often when I was in school. It was just okay. I may sound like an asshole here, but I was pretty good with the words, so I could get girls to, you know, to do what I want. It was it sounds so bad, and I kind of, you know, used that a lot when I was younger. And I don't know, when I grew older, you know, when I hit 18, 19 and stuff like that, I just realized that it was very wrong to do it, and I didn't want to do it anymore, so I settled down with, you know, real girlfriends with real love, real feelings and stuff like that. And yeah, but still my past is haunting me. It's ridiculous. You know, if you tell a girlfriend that you had sex with a lot of girls, they will just freak out. Don't do it. If they ever ask you, just say, okay, I had one time with this girl and it wasn't good, you are way better, you know. Go with that. So yeah, school time. Okay, so I was a couple of years in. There was actually this funny little incident there. I was in school, and there was this girl friend of mine, you know, a female friend of mine, and you know, she just had broken up with her boyfriend, and she was a little bit down, and she had heard of my, you know, reputation, so she wanted to get back at the bastard. So we banged in school. It was good. And you know, oh my god, this sounds so wrong, but I finished off in a certain place in her face, if you know what I mean. Okay, I finished off in her mouth, and she went back to class, or we went back to class together, and everyone had this, you know, grin on their face like, oh my god, we know what you did there. And yeah, she didn't properly clean up her face, if you know what I mean. So that was, oh my god, it was so embarrassing for her, mostly. For me, I was the hero back then. It was yeah. Okay, so another things that happened. Oh my god, it was the history class. That was the most ridiculous class I had. I had this great teacher, you know, he was just a great guy. I really loved that guy. He was grumpy, he was over 60, but he was just a great guy, and he knew everything there is about history, so it was just amazing to be with him. And you know, he kind of lost faith in humanity with my class. It was what those people believed had happened in history. You know, he asked what happened after World War II. And one of my female classmates just said, okay, Otto von Bismarck, however you pronounce that, was king of West Germany after that. If you have any idea about history, that's the most stupid thing one person could probably say. Oh my god. Oh, did I mention that I banged a teacher? But don't tell anyone about this. This is wrong. I was 18 when I did it, so it was kind of legal, but I still did it, and she, you know, wasn't supposed to do it. Yeah, wrong. Oh, and there was this one time in English class, for example. We had English, and I was pretty decent in English. You could probably figure that out by now. And there was this girl in my class, and she was told she should pronounce the word electricity. In case you don't know, the English word electricity is pretty close to the German word for electricity. It's Elektrizität. So it's a little bit different, but there is a, you know, it is kind of similar. So she wasn't able to pronounce the word electricity. She just sat there and was like, okay, it's electricity. And oh my god, the teacher, he tried to teach her this word for over, I think, 20 minutes, and she still couldn't do it. And if, in case you're wondering how this girl got her graduation, she actually switched classes later, and she blew her way through to the graduation. So yeah, that's actually a true story. She blew her way to graduation. ridiculous, but it really happened. So yeah, I think we are done here. I don't know. It's just, you heard the story about me being charged for planning a killing spree. This is actually the beginning of my school life, or the ending of my school life. So just go back to Storytime episode number 1 and you'll know everything about this. So yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a rating if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment in the comment section below. And maybe tell me if you want to hear stories about other parts of my life. You know, I'm running low on stories again. It's ridiculous. So yeah, as I said, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm iLostLink, signing out.